must, ecstatic. I wouldn't even call this as a book. I wouldn't call this as a presence. I would call this as a transformation. This is a transformation from agony to awareness, to the feeling of binding to freedom, from feeling of noises of the external world to abandonment, to the feeling of that duality to oneness, to the feeling of that complete stillness is what I would call this book as. I mean, this is really a transformative experience. Connection to this Atmananda is spontaneous. I would say it is magical. It takes one on a journey to stillness, and nothing outside really bothers us. So every chapter, that every line radiates that oneness, that feeling of oneness. Because in life, a lot of these things we go through. We judge people, we criticize, we condemn, we get angry, we get sad. There's so many things. That's all because of duality. But this book transcends. I can 100% assure that this book can take one on a journey from duality, from this feeling of this, worldly, earthly pleasures and everything, towards that oneness. The minute one reads this book, they will feel that, the transformation is automatic, spontaneous, that connecting to that avaduta, the state of that avaduta, the state of total abandonment, the state of that stillness, the state of that ultimate stillness is just spontaneous. It just comes naturally. So this book is transformative. It's more than a presence. It is transformation. I mean, every chapter is so it's just so unique and is so much depth. But this chapter is one of my favorite ones. So this is about a Himalayan saint by name Muli Baba. So Atmananda comes to the village and he hears this unique name, Muli Baba. What does it mean? Muli means radish. How is a saint named after a vegetable is what he thinks. And then he goes, he wants to see him. He asks people around and people say, okay, when he came to the village, we thought he was a mad guy. And but later we started realizing that he gives Muli as a prasad. He just throws Muli or the radish at people. And when people take that, they get cured. They get cured of cancer, they get cured of all the diseases, every disease that they have. So Atmananda is really wanting to meet that saint. And he goes there. He is waiting outside. And he's just waiting. Muli Baba does not call Atmananda inside. And Atmananda feels that in front of the master's eyes, be it a sinner or a saint, it's all the same. So master's eyes, in front of master, there is just perfect oneness. There's no duality. And finally what happens, Muli Baba just throws a muli out and Atmananda takes that and he comes back to his house where he's staying there. He eats that muli, that radish for that night for dinner, and he's not able to. He goes into a state of trance, and he's just there in that state of trance, and he feels so blissful. And after many days, he comes out of that trance. He just wants to meet Muli Baba again. So he goes, and it's thunder, it's rainstorm, it's dark night. Roads are covered with water, like knee-deep water. He goes through that, and he goes to his Muli Baba's tent. He's waiting outside the tent, and what he sees is there is a hole in the tent where the rainfall is actually falling inside on Muli Baba's head, and he is also standing under the same rain. Atmananda is standing outside on the same rain, and then he just feels, that bit of oneness with Muli Baba himself. And Muli Baba just looks at Atmananda and says, come in. He goes in and Moli Baba just looks at his eyes and he takes a radish and just taps at Atmananda. Atmananda goes into a trance. He goes into a trance that he is just in that state for days. He doesn't get out of that state. And when he gets out of that state, he sees no Moli Baba. He sees nothing there. He only sees few radish there, and that's all. And now what happens, both the times when he went to a state of trance, Mohanji beautifully says he was in a different, different state. First one is from duality, he sees that oneness. And the second time he sees the light, he becomes a light. He himself merges with the light. So both the time there was that feeling of oneness that Atmananda felt. And he stays in that same place where Moli Baba stayed and cures like Moli Baba. He gives radish to everybody and he heals people. After 3 years, when he is about to leave, the tent collapses and there was nothing left there, no remnants left there of Moli Baba or of Atmananda. Atmananda just realizes Moli Baba and I are in fact one and the same. Atmananda is Chaitanya. So beautiful, such beautiful lines. Atmananda is Chaitanya. I am the essence. I have no permanent name or form. I have no birth or death, birthdays or death and anniversaries. I am immortal. So these lines resonate in every single page. Anybody who wants to realize the potential of human existence. Why have we taken this birth? Ultimately, what is the use of this birth? I mean, we are doing a lot of things. What is it doing? Jagannataka Sutradhari is doing everything, right? We're just being, and this book, beautifully said. This book takes one on a journey to be Shiva, to become Shiva. If somebody connects to this book so deeply from the heart, then this definitely can take one on a journey towards Shiva, being Shiva, becoming one with Shiva, feeling that oneness.